Good evening, everyone. I'm just here to do another reading. I was picking up on some karmic energy, and I just thought that I would pull some cards here just to help support the energies, and that's everybody involved here, just to allow the energetics to flow in the direction that support the people that are involved that have good intentions and that need support right now to move forward in a way that's honest with integrity. And sometimes it's difficult to do that if there's interference. Even people that we are involved with that are refusing to accept the reality of situations or refusing to act with integrity and honesty and just continue to cause issues and hang on. So I sense that there's a Queen of Pentacles here who's been neutralized. That's why she's sideways here. She's covered up because the divine doesn't want me to focus on that. So actually, they want me to put her over here. Let's just see here why I had to move her out of the way. There's a masculine here, our divine counterparts that we hold space for. We live our lives and obviously, hold space and whatever that, in whatever ways that would look like for you. But he's pretty sure of himself, stoic, stubborn, frustrated, a little bit of frustration. I think this is recent past here. I think they just closed the door, like closed things out here. And I've been channeling this a lot. It's like a repeated message. So when we see a repeated message, it's important, I think, for the wave that we're supporting right now, for all those people that are really needing the support to be able to get through this. We'll continue to, and I will continue to, hi Misty, do the readings until we can ensure that the blocks are removed and that people are moving on, obviously with support, even for those who are not happy with decisions that are being made. So we see Misty here. She's going to help safeguard here the messages that we're sharing. So we're going to bring this back over here. So it was a temporary kind of a placement there where she would have received enlightenment, where she surrendered, because I feel like she was left with no choice, really. I think there was a pretty strong discussion that took place where this masculine here was pretty assertive. I was channeling it earlier, about an hour ago for myself, and the way that it was coming through was that the masculine was trying to be gentle. I'm not sensing that this person here, that they were heavily involved, but it was certainly somebody that was occupying his time. It was somebody that was kind of introduced to this masculine through another karmic, and these people are all enmeshed and really trying to siphon this masculine, pull him back. So I have crystals here placed between them, which is a good thing, because there are some pretty big energies that are blocking this from happening, because it's not meant to. And this person really doesn't have good intentions, is not able to stand on her own 2 feet, is really only after money, but does have really nice qualities at the same time. It's just that it's not really in line with this person. Like, this person's independent, very well organized, but a caretaker. And this is where they often get trapped here with people who present like somewhat damsel in distress. I'm not really getting damsel in distress here, but more like single mom with some kids and just constantly like acts like she can't do things on her own, and trying to achieve this archetype of success here. But I don't think she's achieved it completely. And I think she's just out for money is kind of the sense I'm getting here. And this masculine, at first, it was kind of flirtatious and it was kind of fun and cute and whatever. But, in terms of it going anywhere, I don't sense that is the case at all. He wasn't really prioritizing children the way that he normally would have, because he was kind of taken by this person for a little while. And so he's quite disappointed in himself with that, but certainly sees that he needs to kind of shape up here, because otherwise he could risk losing a lot of things. What helped him kind of shift out of being focused over here, because this is in the past now, is this offer. So there's an offer of like money, a job, a promotion, an upgrade in his life in the physical world here that really took him by surprise. It's something that he really wanted, He was after it for a long time, but it wasn't coming. So he kind of got depressed. And I feel like here, again, there was some stagnancy. He wasn't happy. Dealing with other ex-partners as well, that would have otherwise been just draining him of his energy. I just feel like, he was just trying to, again, distract himself from the reality of his life, that he was really at a stage where looking back, he felt like he should have been more successful, should have been more ahead, and really hasn't been able to fulfill the 9 cups here that he really has set out for himself in his life. His children are a big part of that, but there's issues here as well with the children. He regrets not following through on an offer here that was a really nice gesture. He saw it as kind of a minor thing, like it wasn't like a big, like splashy kind of a gesture. So he kind of like thought, well, I'm better than that. I deserve more than that. This could have been from the Divine Feminine, who wouldn't really, we don't do that. Like we wouldn't be acting like this, like chasing and being all like, oh my goodness, like how can I serve you and what can I do for you? And I was getting this person to, when I was channeling for myself, like calling all the time, like very immature, very much like latching on, like, where are you? What are you doing? And call me. And Divine Feminines in their power, and Divine Feminines who have healed, like, don't behave that way. We are actually, we embody this archetype, but in a very healthy way after a healing journey, after working extremely hard to achieve the successes that we have. We hang on to that in a very healthy way and move on. So I feel like whatever this offer was brought a lot of joy, and it's kind of put this masculine in this temperance energy here, because now he's come out of the hangman position and he's more enlightened. So I like that came out reversed. And he knows he needs to temper. He knew he needed to temper this here, because this is like was causing issues too with the kids. If he has children, wouldn't have children with this person, but I'm sort of starting to channel now, the mother of these children, and like a bone with a dog. So any mistakes, like this parent here is waiting to pounce on this dad to say, like, you know, constantly in his business, like waiting for him to make mistakes so she can, you know, remind him of yet again, you know, why he's not the better parent, etc., etc. So a lot of pressures, and this is why he's sitting there kind of miserable a little bit with his arms crossed and not super happy, even though he's got lots that he thinks about. There's a lot of emotions, lots of passion, lots of goals, and has success in some ways, but not success in other ways. This was a mere distraction. Now he's happy he kept with his investments, with whatever this was, this outcome here, because it paid off. It paid off. And now that this has come in, he needs to walk away from the things that don't really serve this interest anymore. He couldn't stay here. So I feel like this is a new conversation, a fresh conversation. So there might need to be some follow-up, because I have a feeling this person's just going to keep coming back. And again, I've channeled that a lot lately with karmics that are just really struggling and letting go. And this is not anything new. If, you know, for Twin Flames, and if you're on YouTube and listen to readings and listen to people's experiences and journeys, this is very typical. But for whatever reason, for my wave, I've been called to channel these messages, and I believe that the energy that I carry will help to not only support karmics in letting go and moving on, but help ensure that those situations are cleared, and support all the people involved with learning those lessons from an energetic point of view mostly, and a spiritual point of view, so people can do the work that they need to do to move on. Because I do find a lot of what I do is hold space and support. And I can do that from a place of non-judgment. I'm a social worker in terms of a career, so I have a lot of experience and training, obviously, in dealing with a variety of situations where I'm often helping people that are going through some pretty difficult things. So in terms of this spiritual type of work, however, I feel like I can channel from a very high level, and certainly with intention can offer a lot of support. So I'm getting here, the masculine's also thinking about how important this is. He doesn't want to screw this up. And he's invested a lot to get here, and he wants it to succeed, and he wants it to work. This is why he needs to temper this. He needs to clean this up because it's caused a lot of issues. And I don't see the Divine Feminine on the board here. But he's very frustrated and disappointed that he started this up with somebody new again, after working really, really hard to not really have anyone like that in his life. It's like an annoyance, but he feels bad for her because he did kind of give her attention. So, and I feel because it's linked to friends, like he can't just get rid of her, can't just ghost her. It's not that simple. So, you know, it's not like he's gonna indulge in this anymore. I don't feel like at all he's involved. Like I've been hearing and channeling even for myself earlier that there was, again, you know, withdrawal of plans, like I'm not interested in doing this tonight, I don't want to do this, but that this has kind of been the trend leading up to this conversation here that may or may not have happened tonight, or, you know, my case, but it's forthcoming, and for others it already happened. Yeah, you see the karmic wheel here? It's inevitable. Yeah, he's bored. He's bored. Not interested. Because he knows he needs to temper the situation, like I said, and he's got higher knowledge on that now. Yeah, he's focused on his work. And it's looking this way. It's not looking back here. She's very disappointed. Yeah. Great. We see success here, so it's going to work. Okay. So this refusal of the offer was successful. You know, and it's definitely going to lead to her being able to walk away as well. Because there's kind of egg on her face. She's embarrassed. She feels stupid, you know, for investing a lot of time and energy chasing after somebody that was a lot older. I feel like this person is quite younger. But she was very scared because she has children, you know, and she was trying to kind of snag herself a husband, is what I'm getting. And because the friends really talk this guy up, and he has a prominent job, like this masculine's really well established. She, financially, but emotionally, obviously, there's a little bit of work, but, you know, she just thought she had to jackpot. But it was more infatuation. It's not love or anything like that. I'm not even really getting there was like intense sexual intimacy. There might have been a little bit of, you know, contact but in terms of like full blown, no. I'm not getting that at all. So there's no more tower in regards to that. We're just cleansing that out here. He feels a lot safer. I'm sensing the Divine Feminine wants to come through here. I just need to pull another deck. So let's see here what I can pull. Ooh, double cards there. Okay. So we see the devil energy here. And in the after tarot, this is what he's thinking about. This is the Divine Feminine. There she is. Okay. Doing her own thing. And he's thinking, like, so he's busy at work here, focused on work, but he's thinking about her. And this is kind of an obsession. It's become an obsession because he hasn't been able to really let go, and this is kind of what he thinks about. We're just gonna cover that up here, and we're gonna cleanse that obsession and that devil energy. Because you see where I placed it, there's enlightenment on that, and it's not good because it's been in thought, and there's been some indulgence here sexually as well when the masculine's alone, and I think people can figure out what I mean by that. And he realizes, you know, he needs to temper all this nonsense here. No more of that. That's a thing of the past. He's decided to focus on work. Okay, and she, look how big the card is compared to this one. She really holds space now, and this is who he's taking with her when he moves on to this journey for whatever this Ace of Pentacles is going to become. And whatever was offered in the past is no good, and he's throwing it out, and he's like, I'm rejecting this, you know, and he'll have victory. And this is the feminine here. So he has, I'm getting like in the last 24 hours, mostly in the last 24 hours, it started like 48 hours ago, but those thoughts weren't crystal clear. But there's been clarity here. And he's going to balance out the rest of whatever needs to be balanced out to make sure that this situation's cleared up that I just mentioned. major razor sharp focus here. And we have communication that's going to come in a way that's not going to be deceptive, okay? In order for this to succeed, he knows that he cannot be doing this kind of stuff. And if your masculine pulled away, this is why. This is why. All right. And I know it's very difficult because these situations sometimes repeat themselves quite a bit in twin flame connections. And until they can heal the toxic things, and it's really a clearing of the fields energetically, spiritually. And the last card here was the Sun, and we had the Page of Wands. So the masculine is going to definitely be communicating, very, very soon, and it's going to bring success. And I feel like once that communication comes through, you're going to not have him ghost again. I feel like it's going to be constant. So not necessarily every single day, but he isn't going to disappear because of the fact that he's focused on other things or he's running or not sure. I feel like he really knows what he wants. That Ace of Pentacles feels very strong to me. And it's good, but it's almost like, okay, now I've got that checked off. And the one thing I haven't sorted out is this, her. I need her. I want her. Because that Devil card is pretty powerful. And the success, you see that? He knows that's where the success lies. And this is why, you know, he knows he can't be deceptive and reject things that are good. Okay? I feel like this is temptation. I don't like the feel of this cloud here. And he knows he's done this more than once, too. He's very disappointed in himself. And I feel like he might share some of that. Not a lot at first, though. I feel like he's not going to necessarily be forthcoming about everything. I feel like it's going to be like reaching back out to reconnect if there's been a disconnection for a little while. So it might just be like, how are you? How are things? What you've been up to? This is what I've been up to. If there was an amazing shift in their work life, they might talk a lot about that. Whatever that Ace of Pentacles is, definitely want to share it with their feminine because she's successful here. So they have a lot of this in common. I don't get that this person here really was. I feel like she might have presented like she was, but she wasn't. And I know she's upright, but remember, she wasn't. I just moved her over here. But that means maybe that she'll be able to be successful, you know, eventually as she moves forward here. But this is being protected here. Like she can't get past here. This is why I built this structure here. Yeah. He's not going to share about this. I think this was very quick. Like, I don't think this was like very intense. Like I said, I think it was kind of like really fresh, newly started. And as quickly as it started, he's like, eh. Because this offer came in that completely took his attention away. And then I'm just feeling like he knows that she knows how to be successful, and he wants to kind of let her know, like, look, I did it too. I can match you, you know, because this is what twins do. We support each other to be our very best. And this is why you need to, from a distance, when your partner, your divine counterpart, decides to step away, you just need to let them go, as hard as that is, you know. And I just want to talk a little bit about the feelings, because it often feels like a betrayal. But essentially, unless this person has said to you, okay, well, we're dating, and then they're off dating other people, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what my channelings aren't about that. My situation does not look like that. I worked really hard to ensure that as best as I could that there wasn't any third party situation, but naturally there are, because after you meet your twin, even if you separate and need to go your own way, once that love is ignited and that heart chakra opens, the love is there. You can't extinguish that. That will never go away. Okay. How you manage that, that's for everyone to figure out. It's not for me to tell people how to do that. However, I do know that that love is very powerful and there's no other love like it. So what happens is it feels like a betrayal because that love is there. And so that's tough. That's very difficult. But that's why it's important to have healthy boundaries. So if your partner, if your divine counterpart, the person you perceive to be your twin, has not said to you, or it's very clear between the two of you because of conversations you've had that you're not in a relationship, but you have a friendship or you have contact, then in my opinion, there isn't like cheating, but it feels like there's cheating because that love is there. And, if they need to go and experience things with other people, oftentimes it's very difficult. And those other people will know and sense usually that that person's not fully involved or into that relationship because they're often confused or thinking about the other person. So it's really, 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 really hard. And this is why for me, in all of my years of doing this, I went out on dates, I talked to people, but I was very careful and I was very clear that I was not looking for a relationship. I only explored something with an ex-boyfriend from high school that I knew very, very well. And I thought, okay, I'll try, but I've spoke to it in a different channeling. It was, very quickly saw that it wasn't, he had a lot that he needed to sort out and not involving me. So, it gave me a chance to really explore it. And it was, like I said, very confusing for me. And my heart definitely was torn and it was hard. So I never know, and I don't know where things are going to lead for me, and certainly I've come to peace. I've come to find peace, and comfort, and feel confident within myself. I'm very happy, very secure in my life, very successful. But a little part of me obviously feels like, I do miss my counterpart, and I always hope that he's doing well, and I wish him well all the time. And like I said, we are friends. When we have a chance to talk, it's great. And then, like I said, depending on how that turns out, sometimes, there's contact more often than not. And sometimes I feel like there isn't, and it's because he's off doing other things. And unfortunately, in my situation, for the most part, he has not felt comfortable to share that with me, and nor does he have to, but yeah, it makes for some very challenging dynamics sometimes, and not always handled in the best of ways from what I hear and see on YouTube. So I just wanted to kind of share my experience, because I know that for others, I'm sure there's some similarities with how you feel. And I've had to really check myself, because I've had to say, yes, it hurts me, but it's very different now compared to before, because I have to tell myself that we are not, like, yes, I do feel like he loves me, but we've chosen not to be in a relationship right now, so he's free to do whatever it is that he needs or wants. There isn't that crossing the line of boundaries with us, and And he's been very careful and very clear lately, especially by saying, like, I'm not comfortable spending time alone with you because I feel like if I do, I will potentially cross that line, and I don't want to do that because that tells me he's not ready for that. And that shows tremendous growth and respect for not only himself, but me as well. Yeah, and I'm getting like communication is not deceptive anymore. Okay, it's like what I just described. That's why he was able to share what he shared in the way that he shared it, as opposed to just ghosting. Because in my case, there was a lot of avoidance, not able to really, really talk about the feelings and talk what's in the heart space, because he was avoiding it, and that's very common. So what I'm getting here with this Page of Wands, like pages it's really the first step to communication, right? So lots of passion, as we know, very new energy, and really not wanting to behave this way and wanting to be like sweet and kind, but a lot of passion still at the same time. And because of this being like new, I think that's why he's being careful. It might be flirty, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think it would be very important to make sure that during these initial conversations, if there's any questions or doubt about his status, just to ask, table it right away. If you are somebody that is looking to, reconcile in terms of a relationship with your divine counterpart. And if you're not, that's fine. And if this is purely as like business or our friends, and because sometimes twin flames do incarnate with different relationships with their twins, right? It's not always a romantic situation like what I speak of for the most part. So on that note, I just want to leave us with a beautiful message. Yeshua's really been working hard with us here, so I just want to see here what we have. Look at that. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. I feel like that's our masculines that are going to come knock on the door, have this conversation, and this energy here. It's protected. It's clear. You see the heart here? We're going to have an opportunity to clear up a lot of things, and I feel like the message is going to be that he wants to heal that heart space. Yeah, see here and keep it. We're going to hear that he wants to keep this very important connection that he can't get out of his mind and heart and soul and spirit. He wants to keep it. And there's children here popping out. Let's see. And this is a message from Yeshua to us, though, now. The previous one was from our masculine, but love one another as I have loved you. So focus on the love. And I think he just really wants us to focus on making sure that we treat each other the same way, with respect and with kindness. And there's a lot of innocence here. He's saying it's a very special connection. These connections are very sacred, very special. And to not settle for anything less than what you expect for yourself, okay? And for the children that are involved as well, they require these situations to be secure and stable. Not from the energy here that I was channeling earlier, that this did not feel good here. So we're going to move the children over here. So I really want to make sure that they're included and safeguarded. And here's another one. Ask and it shall be given. Sorry, ask and it shall be given you. I was going to say given onto you, but given you. Here's flowers. You see the flowers again? I've been channeling that our masculine wants to bring us a gift like flowers. And I think part of this too is don't be scared to speak up in terms of what you need and what you want. If you have questions, if you need to clear the air, whatever it is, when he comes for that conversation, don't be scared to ask. Okay, it's really important. And there's a balancing of the sevens. He that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. So here what I'm getting is, and you don't have to be religious, and masculine obviously doesn't have to be religious either. And this is scripture, okay, but this is just for me to channel some messages, some additional messages here. But I feel like this has to do with that job, with the work. And I feel like this masculine is at a really good place in his life. This came in still as a test. However, I feel like he made the right choice, and it got him back on track pretty quick. But this work now, I think, is going to be done at a very higher, like, I feel like this is a promotion and a higher level offering. So, or if it's like an inheritance, they'll do good with that money. They'll have a good business plan. It'll be solid. It's going to succeed because it's in the light and it's proper. And because I think they truly did hold on to their feminine this whole time and really watched her succeed and really want to mirror this. And, you know, the twins, when they are merged and have merged, sorry, at an energetic level and at a soul level, in the physical, it's just a matter of time that we see it mirror the same way in the physical. I feel here for the twins that I'm channeling, this is what's going to happen. This is what's happening right now. We're in the midst of it right now. And there's been a lot of developments in my situation today. I don't want to speak to it today. I'm very, well, I say private, even though I've shared a lot. But because it's such a new energy, I really want to be careful and I don't want to speak to it. But there's been a lot of developments for me today, which, again, I smiled this morning because I've been channeling it. And there's my Misty. Hi, baby. And she's very happy. And she's saying yes. Hang in there, everyone. Hang in there. It's coming. They just want me to really protect this here. And he's just saying, like, he really is going to work with her to show her that she can do this on her own. She'll be okay. She needs to focus on getting herself back in order by herself before she ventures out to try and get into connections with another person. You know, her kids need her, and he wants her to pray. But there's a block here. This, you know, she really needs to connect to what is important to her. What does abundance mean? It's not necessarily money. And if it's love, then she needs to really focus in on herself and rediscover what love is for her, you know. But and it's not for me to tell anyone what to do, but it's just messages I'm getting. But what I'm getting is like, this is what he wants to help her with. So I'm just going to send this karmic some energy and some love right now and some light. You hear that? My cat is like jiggling my lantern there. Interesting. Yeah, Yeah, because his light's not on for her. It's very dark right now. And so that rattling is, you know, things are being shook up right now, and I don't think she's in a good space. It's okay, Misty. Come here. Yeah, I know. It's okay, honey. Here she is here. He wants to jump. Oh. Oh, she's supporting. Look at this, guys. She's supporting her. Ooh. So we just had a tower fall here. So the tower falling means that it's been cleared, okay? Yeah, she's not happy. She needs to walk away, though. She's not going to have a choice. So if she doesn't, it'll just be even more difficult for her. If you've reached out to your masculine, it was successful. It really helped. Okay. Or whatever communication you've had recently, he's decided that you're the one that he's going to give he's chosen you, basically. And I've channeled this a lot this week. It's a repeated message. Yeah, see the message of love? I was just saying that. See that? Yeah. Right here. All right, so we're going to protect this. I do want to smudge before we close because I really don't like that karmic's energy. Sorry, my cards are all over there. I'm a very freestyle kind of a reader, and I just really follow my intuition. And I often move the cards around, and I have crystals. So there's a lot that goes on in my readings. And this is similar when I work with people as well. I did feel there was a lot of darkness around her, so let's just help with the clearing there. All right, there we go. That's much better. We're just gonna see that here. Yeah, she suspects that there's somebody else, but I'm not getting that. He was very wise to not talk about it. That's between him and his divine counterpart here. So don't fret, don't worry. I don't think that. But like I said earlier, right? Like they can tell. Like women know. We can tell. We know when there's somebody else. Yeah. He's very much looking forward to spending time with you, Divine Feminine. I can feel it. So I'm just going to leave us off with the clearing here. There we go. That's good. So we're just going to bring in the violet flame. Yep, my right ear is ringing. Just picture yourself from the top of the crown to let that ray, that violet flame through this amethyst come through here and cleanse through the fields and release all the cords involving this other person here. Because even though, like I explained, there's a reason I would have shared that story, right, about the because she might feel betrayed, because if she senses that you're in his heart, right, like that creates cords. So we just want to cleanse and transmute that energy away. Yeah, she was going to help us there with that. And if there's children involved on her side of things, again, just making sure those children are surrounded with light and well supported here. Yeah, I can hear her having a conversation with her kids, saying he's not coming back. Like he's not here. And she's explaining this to some, like the children seem a little bit younger. They seem a little bit disappointed, like hurt a little bit. So let's send them the violet flame as well to help heal those that pain and the hurt. Yeah, see how his back, he's not looking here. He's already moved on. So let's bring the violet flame in for our masculines as well. Oh, yeah, feel it. Feels very guilty. He's going to take some time to heal that heart there, his heart, but he's holding on to you, Divine Feminine, as always. All right, they want me to... What I'm getting is when you talk as well, you speak from the heart, Divine Feminine, and it touches your masculine in a really nice way. And it has provided healing as well. So whatever it is that you shared, it provided healing at a heart space. All right. And he references some of the things that you say as well in his conversations with people, without necessarily disclosing that it's something that you say or have shared with him. But every single word that you say, it's like he hangs on to every single word that you say. And if there's text messages or emails, he reads them a lot, repeatedly. It gives him comfort. Yeah, see the Comforter? Oh, what's this card? It's a new card. The Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things. Ooh, that's what I was just saying. I didn't even see that card was there. Oh, yeah. You touched him, and I think he wants a healing from you. Like he finds your words healing, but your touch is healing as well. Whoa. Holy cow. That's powerful. And he also feels like you'll be able to help the situation with his children as well. Yeah, it's on top of the communications card. Because there's issues with the children. Meaning and I mean, there usually are. Like, nobody's life's perfect. If it's some issues at school or some social or relationship with, or maybe it's a relationship between him and his kids. He's just not sure, how to manage things. Yeah, see in the frame there, the Comforter. You provide great comfort to him. So just know that it's coming, okay? You see the violet flames? And again, the blanket I'm using is key. It's going to cleanse that devil obsession kind of toxic. I didn't like the feel of that. And we don't want our masculines coming in like that. So in my case, I'm really glad that he was able to identify it, and he's checking this. This is being cleansed right now. And he was chased with this girl in the sense that I don't think they went all the way. Okay, there might have been a little bit of like intimacy, but it just didn't feel right. That's what I'm getting. was almost like he felt pressured by a friend, like, oh, okay, I'll go on this date with this girl, and then she just latched on. Yeah, I'm focused on this devilish looking face here. Oh, like that. Let's cover that up. All right, so Yeshua's going to help, and we're just going to blast that out here. As my cat's running around like mad now. Oh, I feel it grounding. All right, the energies are coming down. So this is how I feel as well when the channeling's done. I feel myself kind of coming back in a centered space, and I'm grounding myself, and I feel much more dense, not super light and like I'm floating. That's what it feels like when I channel. And I feel very tired, so it's been about 50 minutes. Yeah, that's why. All right, Divine Feminine. So here's some Howlet. So again, you know, you're pulling as well from really good, healthy sources. Don't worry, you're okay. You know, everyone's receiving enlightenment right now. And Yeshua wants us to know that this devil doesn't have control. Like, everyone is faced with temptation, and you know what's important is that you can identify when you've been kind of in a situation where you feel like you might have been obsessing or overlooked something or allowed something negative into your life, and you can cleanse it just as quick. Okay, so this is what's happening, and it's protected and safeguarded. So everything that we've talked about tonight is safeguarded here. Moving forward, we'll be okay. We'll have success here. Everything you touch, Divine Feminine, is healing. All right, it's safeguarded and protected. And there's a lot of healing ahead of us that's coming, so rest. Because I have a feeling when that person, like when your partner your divine counterpart, knocks on that door, and you have a choice to open that door, which most of us will. When we sit down, there's going to be a lot shared, and we're going to be busy, and there's going to be a lot, and that's okay. These situations are not easy, you know, and we're ready. We are ready. We're ready, and ready as can be is what I'm hearing. And they know that, and they're on their way. I can feel it, and it's imminent. Within the week, you'll have that knock on the door. All right, so I wish everyone all the best of luck, and especially this previous person here with her kiddos, and just, you know, take time to focus on yourself, and you need to let go and release, and look within, and do your inner work, and you'll find your way. You're protected. We're all protected, which is really reassuring. So Misty says goodbye. Thank you, Misty. And we'll chat soon, everyone. Take care.